This is Dave with NAPCO Tech Support. In this video, I will explain how to integrate your MVP access system with your exacqVision VMS. Feel free to pause the video at any time if it makes it easier to follow along. In this video, I'm going to presume that you already have exacqVision installed with cameras connected and you have an MVP access account working. Before you can start the integration, you must first have cameras added to your ComNet account. If you are the dealer, you can do this by logging into NAPCOComNet.com and find your account in your subscribers list. Then, click on the device ID and the Change Customer screen will open. Once the Change Customer screen is open, scroll down to the section that says Available Features. Find the subsection that says MVP VID ON1C. And to the right of that, add the number of cameras you wish to map to your locks. You don't have to have a camera added for every camera on your system, just the amount you plan on mapping to locks. After you type in the number, click on the Add button and then scroll down and click Update. Now, if you are the end user, you won't be able to do this, so you will need to call your MVP access dealer and advise them to add the cameras to your account. After you click Update, it can take up to 20 minutes for this change to show an MVP. You can verify the change has been applied by logging into the MVP access site and going to your dashboard view. Once on the dashboard, click View Details for the plan summary. A small window will open. Inside it, find the section that says DVR cameras and see if the number under the Purchased column has updated to the number of cameras you set on ComNet. Before we can configure MVP access, we must first configure the web service on the exacqVision server. You may have already configured this service for your web connections, but it's worth checking to make sure before you attempt to configure MVP access for integration with your exacqVision server. To configure your web service, open a web browser on the server host machine and type in localhost/login.web. If your web service has already been configured, then you may have a custom port set. If you do, then you would have to type localhost:, then your port number /login.web. When the landing page opens, click on Webservice Configuration in the lower right of the screen. Next, you will be met with the login screen. If your server has not been configured, then you will need to use the default login. Please refer to your exacqVision literature for that default information. After you log in, you will be brought to the service status screen. Verify both your outbound and inbound internet connection is green. If it is not, then you will have to work with the local IT representative to get the ports forwarded on the network. By default, the web service uses port 80, and you probably won't be able to get IT to open that port. So if you need to set a custom port, you can do so by clicking on Configuration and then Ports. The HTT port is the one you would change if needed. When you have finished, click Apply. You can always recheck your status by going back to the service status screen and clicking Retest Connectivity. Now that you have your exacqVision web service configured, log into MVP Access. In MVP Access, click on Configuration and then Integration. On the integration page, find and click on the exacqVision option. A quick side note here, if you click on where it says Setup Guide, it will open the MVP Access Help Guide to the exacqVision section with some more details about these instructions. After you click on the exacqVision options, the configuration page will open. Enter your external IP address for your server. If you had to use a custom port for your web service, you would need to add a colon at the end of your IP address, followed by the port number. Beneath that, you will add your username and password for your web service. After you have entered your information, click Connect. It will take a few seconds for MVP Access to verify the connection with the server. But after it does, you will get a green pop-up at the top of the screen informing you it has succeeded. After you get the green success message, click Save Configuration and the Verify User window will pop up. In here, you will add your MVP username and password. Now that you have your exacqVision server added to MVP Access, we can assign the doors to our cameras. After you save your information, you'll be brought back to the Configured Integrations screen. Click on your exacqVision server and you will be taken to the door mapping screen. In this example, I have one camera and I'm going to assign it to my NA2 panel. You can also choose to have it track all events, or you can select them individually. For this example, I'm going to choose all, then click Configure Soft Trigger. This is why I suggested you log into MVP Access on the same machine as the client, because this is the information you will need to copy over to the exacqVision server. Click Save All Changes and leave this window open. Next, open your exacqVision server client. Click on the gear icon, then click Notifications and then the Webhooks tab. Now at this point, I suggest that you complete each soft trigger entirely before moving on to the next one, and I will explain why as we move forward. First, I'm going to build everything for the lock button and test it, and then I will do everything for the unlock button. In the Webhooks tab, click New in the lower left, then you are going to copy the base URL from MVP over to the URL section in your target configuration. Now, click the plus sign under Routes and then copy the path for Lock from MVP to the Path section. Now, click on the plus sign to the right, copy the header key from MVP into Name, and then copy the header value into the Value section, and then click Apply. Next, we are going to go into Event Linking. Down bottom, click New. Then, on the left, select Soft Trigger. Now, click New in the middle and give it a name. I'm going to call mine Front Door Lock, and then click OK. Under the Action Type column, select Webhook and select the action target to the right. You will know it is selected when it highlights blue. You can verify you have the correct action selected by expanding the Action Target column up top. You can see at the end if it says Action Type Lock or Unlock. When you are done, click Apply at the bottom. Next, click on Client and then the Event Buttons tab. This is where we will create our lock and unlock buttons, so you can control your door state from your camera view page. Click on New at the bottom. Name the tooltip something like Front Door Lock. You can make this whatever you want, but in this example, I'm using Front Door Lock. You can also assign a shortcut key as well as a custom icon, but you will need to refer to your exacqVision documentation for that information. Set the button style to momentary and choose the webhook you created before below. Now click Apply. At this point, you can see that I have a button with no icon on my main view page, and you can see the soft trigger I created under the toggle icon. But if you want a button to show on your camera view, then we have one more step. Right-click on the camera you want to map the button to and go to Associations. Under Available Controls, select Front Door Lock and then click Add. And then change the button style to momentary, and then click apply. Now when I go back to the live view page, there is a button in the lower left of the camera. The icon that looks like a page is the soft trigger button. You can test to see if your lock button works, but fair warning, if you do and your door is scheduled to be unlocked, this will lock it, so proceed with caution. Now you will repeat the same process for your unlock button. Go back into settings, click on notifications, and click on the webhooks tab, click new, copy the base URL from MVP Access, click on the plus button, and copy the path for unlock this time from MVP Access into the path section. Now, click on the plus button below and copy over the header key and the header value. This is where you start to see why I advise to do these one at a time. Because when you look on the left, there is no way to identify which of these are which. The only way to tell is by looking at the path on the right. And you have to hover over it to see the door ID and whether it's the lock or the unlock path. And each one of your doors on the MVP Access website will have its own ID. So if you built all your webhooks for all your doors at once, you would have to go over into the MVP Access website, click on Configure Soft Trigger for each door, and look for the door ID in the path to determine which of these goes to which door. Next, we are going to go into Event Linking. Down bottom, click New. Then, on the left, select Soft Trigger. Now click New in the middle and give it a name. I'm going to call mine Front Door Unlock this time and click OK. Choose Webhook from Action Type, and this is where you will need to figure out which action target you are selecting. Up top, expand the action target column so you can see the entire path. Make sure you select the one that populates with Unlock and then click Apply. Now, click on the client and select the Event Buttons tab. Click New, give it a name. I'm calling this one Front Door Unlock to match my webhook. Make the button style momentary, and check the box for Front Door Unlock, and then click Apply. Now, click on Associations, and then select your camera, then select Front Door Unlock, and click Add. Make sure to set your front door unlock to momentary and then click Apply. To clarify, you will have to do these steps for every lock that you plan on mapping to a camera, if you want to both unlock and lock the door. If you only want to lock or only want to unlock the door, then you will only have to do this process once for that door. But if you want to do both lock and unlock, then you will need to do the process twice, like I demonstrated here. Now that we have completed our configuration, we can go over to our live view and test our soft triggers. You don't have to hold the page icon down for it to lock and unlock. Just click on it and verify the door has unlocked. Then click the other button and verify it has locked, or the other way around depending on your door's current state. You can tell which one is which by hovering over the button and the name will show. This is why it is important to make sure you match the names for everything you create. Now you will have to repeat this process for every camera you wish to link to a door. Remember, you can't copy and paste the same lock and unlock paths for all your cameras. Each door will have its own unique path for lock and unlock. If you wish to check the logs, you can click on the search button in the upper left, and then down at the bottom of the search cameras window, click on the toolbox icon to go to the search cases screen, and the lock and unlock logs will be under the bookmarks. Now that this is set up, you can also lock and unlock your doors through the exacqVision phone app. For more information on how to use the phone app, please contact your exacqVision dealer. As always, If you're looking for documentation on any current NAPCO devices, or if you're looking for more videos like this, head on over to our tech library at tech.napcosecurity.com.